Alright, one of the things that we get asked quite a bit in Angel training, or Canvas training that is how do I move my Angel course that I have built over into Canvas? And there's two ways to think about it. The first is that you can export your course directly from Angel. So I'm going to jump into a course here. And so one of the ways is just to go ahead and export your entire course by going to the Export Console. I clicked on Manage Export Console and then clicking on Angel Format and then click Next. And what that does is it puts it in a queue, and then when your course is all ready, it'll show up here. It looks something like this for a zip file that you can then download. It depends on the size of your course. What you'll need to do is just click hitting refresh to see when that course is done. So it'll say OK, and then it'll have the date that it finished. Okay? And then you would just download that file. Once that file is downloaded, you save it to your desktop or whatever, then you would come into Canvas and go into the course that you are working on. So for me, I have to go a different way. But for you, it would just be in your courses area, maybe under your future enrollments or whatever. Okay, and then you go to Settings, import content into this course, and then choose Angel Export. Choose the file that you downloaded from Angel. Click All Content, and then click Import. Once you do that, you'll see the process. It'll say running, and then when it'll say completed, and it may have where there are some issues that you need to work on, maybe some missing links or those kinds of things. Okay, so that's one way, and then you can go in and then work through your different areas to see how that course came over. Any folder that you had in Angel will be a new module. If you had subfolders, those will become section headings, and so on. What you'll find is that there are some issues with that. So let me jump into a course here that we brought over straight from Angel. Let's see. So this is a course that we exported from Angel and then just brought into Canvas. If you look at modules here, so these are all items that I brought over straight out of Angel into Canvas. Okay, and so that was a new module. So these were all subfolders. Okay. And so far, I mean, it comes over pretty well. The issue that we start finding is that when you go to look in your files area, because every file comes over as well. So I mean, this is how I have it set up. But then if I start digging in here, like under course resources, each of these are individual folders that were created, and I don't know what those items are. Right, because it doesn't give me the actual name of those. So you have to go through each folder to find your stuff. So depending on how you uploaded your content, okay, there may be, see, I can then, everything's kind of displayed. I have 3 homework folders. So everything is in there. It's just the file structure is just not as manageable as we would like it to be. So every single thing that I uploaded for that course has its own separate folder instead of merging those in. And so this will work. You can teach from it, but you will spend a lot of time, the way we describe it, trying to fit a square Angel peg in a round canvas hole, and it doesn't quite work. But the easiest and quickest way to get your course out of Angel into Canvas is to do the export from Angel, import to Canvas component. And then you'll have to spend time working on it. You're going to bring over everything. And so if you're not using everything, it's still going to have all the content that you've ever used in Angel brought over into Canvas. the other way that I've been doing it for my biology course, instead of, because I didn't like the way this looked, I wanted to kind of a fresh start, rethink how I built my course. And so you'll see a lot of that, the evidence of what we've done, like in level 2 and level 3 training, that's in the Canvas teaching with Canvas course. And so what I've been doing is on my monitor, I basically take Canvas on one side, and we'll just go into a blank shell here. Just create a new course. So once I come in, I have this is what your sandboxes will look like, or your summer or fall courses once they get added. They'll look like this. Pretty just blank. There's nothing in there, ready to go, right? So I'll have my Canvas course on one side, and then I'll come over here and have my Angel course on the other. So you just start off on the Lessons tab, and this is not a real course, it's a testing course. So let me bring up a real course here. Okay. So what I've been doing is that I've just been working through how I did my course. And so one of the things that we do in level 2 is we have work with you to focus on your learning objectives. What is it that the true goal of this course is, and then start splitting up your course. So in this particular course, I see that I have a Start Here folder. And so what I do is I go ahead and go into my modules area, and I go ahead and create a module. And I might call it Start Here, or I might change it. It could be Getting Started, however you want to do it. And so I add that module. Okay, and then in Angel, I come over to the next screen. So I have some text here that I want to add. So in Canvas, that's a page. So I go here, add content. I'm going to choose content page, new page, and I'll just call this course welcome. Okay, add item. And then I look through here and I say, oh, I have pages for, in this particular folder for frequently asked questions, instructor information, books and materials, and so on. And I just create pages for each of those. So add content, new page, biology, FAQs. Okay, add item. And I go down the list and I create a page for every item in here. And then, so as I build it, it adds it to the bottom of the list. And then when I'm all done with this particular, all the documents in here, creating those, and then I go ahead and just copy the text. So I select it, and then I just right click, choose copy, and then in the course welcome page, click that. Okay, because this is a smaller monitor, I go to edit this page, and then I can do Control V or edit paste, and it pastes the text in there. Click Save Changes, and now I have my course welcome page. Now I may want to adjust this, change, update the text, that kind of thing, but I just can hit next and keep going back and forth. So here's my FAQ page. So I'm going to just select all, Control C for copy, edit this page in Canvas, Control V, it's pasted, save changes, and then I look at it to make sure that it's the formatting that I like. Okay, and there's some extra spacing. I'll go back in and edit that document and fix. And now I would just continue to keep going back and forth through there, bringing over the content. When I get to things like, I have this biology help desk, well, these are the lab questions, just discussion forums. Well, for that, I'll go into the discussion tools, and I'll create, in my pinned discussions area, a new discussion for general questions, that kind of thing. Okay, and so click on the discussion, and then I just copy the instructions that I had in Canvas or in Angel and bring it over into Canvas. And I just kind of step through my course one thing at a time, and then just keep working through it. So I'll go back to lessons. I have my drop boxes, the exam, and so on. So if I go into Unit 3, let's say I want to export Exam 3. I don't want to have to rewrite all the questions. That's too much time. But all you have to do is go to Utilities, Export Item to Zip. It's very similar to what we were doing with the whole course, but this time I'm only bringing in that exam. So what I've done is I just create a folder on my desktop for moving to Canvas, and I just export for that unit all of the quizzes and exams that I'm going to then import into Canvas. And so I would just download that file, click on it, and then it saves it to my downloads folder in Chrome, and then I can then go ahead and go back over to Canvas, settings, import content in this course, and it's still just an Angel export. Choose file, but this time it's in my downloads folder. There's Exam 3, open, all content, import. Okay. This goes quicker to import because it's just a tiny file for that quiz, just one quiz or one exam at a time rather than the entire course. And so now it's completed, brought it in. I can then go to my quizzes area. There's Exam 3, and I just encourage you to go through, edit this thing as it comes in, and look through your questions. So for one thing, this is each of these questions are supposed to be worth 2 points, and so each of my question groups I have to go in and edit and change to 2, and then update the group. And as I do that, my points for the exam are going to go back up to 100, where it's supposed to be, like it was in Angel. The other thing you want to spend time in is you're updating any quiz instructions. Make sure it's in the right category in your course. I like time limits, 90 minutes, those kinds of things. You want to make sure that those all come through for your exam, especially your due dates, available from and until, and so on. And then save that quiz. Once it's saved, then you can publish it and add it to your module. Once you have those dates in there, students won't be able to get into your exam until the date that's listed there. And so I would encourage you to go ahead and just publish it. As soon as you have those questions and everything kind of set up, publish it, add it to your module, it's good to go. And then just move on to the next unit. And so I keep working through each unit at a time. Some units have taken just an hour. Other units taken longer. It's because I've spent more time considering the course and looking at, well, what were the objectives for this, and what, here's a bottleneck for grading, or how can I improve this unit so that it's easier for my students to complete or know what's going on. And so some of those units took longer to convert over. And so yes, you can export your course, import it into Canvas, and start teaching from it once you adjust those due dates. But I would strongly encourage you to use this other method here of copying and pasting and building those units, and really think through your course, because moving forward you'll have a course that is clean, it's fresh, it only has the content that you're working with, but either way we'll work and get your courses out of Canvas. So if you have any questions about this process or anything else, you can contact Online Services by email, onlineservices@sanjuancollege.edu. And Curtis or I will get in touch with you. Thanks. Bye.